What's up, guys? I had a customer come in today. Had 3 old Spyders here. They're trying to get working for their family so they can do some shooting over Thanksgiving. Essentially, these aren't things that we would normally fix, but I kind of told the guy I'd fix the valve leaks on these. Let's hear what they sound like real quick, and then I'm gonna do a speed run and see how fast I can actually fix these. So as you can tell, these are like leaking right here through the seam, leaks down the barrel, all that good stuff. That's always a valve leak on a Spyder. So that's gonna be what our problem is. And let's just jump right in and see how fast we're gonna go ahead and pop off the grip frame. Nice thing about these Spyders compared to some of the newer guns is there's no electronics that go from lower assembly to upper assembly, so it all just comes off really clean. Now we can go ahead and pop the bolt assembly out of it. This one is also missing a spring, so by the end of this video I'll be finding a spring for this gun too. I'm sure we have one floating around somewhere. Bam, pop all this out of it, boom, boom, boom. And here's where all the magic happens. By pulling this front screw, it's gonna get us to the cup seal and the valve assembly itself. Bam, as you can see, there's our cup seal. I wanna look at that and make sure it's not banged up, worn out, chipped, anything like that. This one does look okay, which is gonna cue us in that it's definitely the valve O-ring. So let's get in and get the actual valve itself. We do that by basically popping out this brass set screw here. And then we want to take and use like a wooden dowel or something that's not going to damage the valve and push the valve out from the back. So let's find something like that. Here's a 50 cal swab, so it's nice and gentle on the front. Boom, we can pop it out, and as we can see, pretty clear. We got torn valve O-rings on this Spyder, so let's go ahead and get those swapped out. We do also want to inspect the valve and look at the face here of where the cup seal seals and just make sure it's not damaged or scarred up. This one does look like it's in pretty good shape, so we'll just go ahead and swap out these 2 O-rings. These are just a 15. I generally use a 1590, which is a tank O-ring. You can also use a 1570, which is a little softer durometer. The difference is the 90 is like a harder O-ring. A 70 is going to be a little bit softer. And so I want to go ahead and take and swap these out. And then to get these back in, we do want to use a little bit of oil just to help it slide in so we don't cut them. So we have our handy oil here. Bam, bam. And then the general rule of thumb, big reminder, big hole always goes forward. So when we put this back together, we want to make sure that the little hole goes backwards and the big hole goes forward in the marker. So let's drop this back in. There is some of these too where the valve doesn't go both directions, so it may be sealed up. If that's the case, then that piece has to go down. Right, this one goes both directions, but in theory, if it didn't, it would have to go down. Bam, so that's all put back in. There we go, we got our cup seal and front assembly all put back together. So one of the things about these guns too, because they're Spyders and they're old, is they're actually all metric. And so I had to go find this set of Allen wrenches down by the park because we don't really use metric wrenches here anymore for anything, so. All right, so now that we have it this far put back together, we can check and see if the valve's sealed up now. By just putting a tank on it, in theory, this should seal up if the valve is working perfectly now. That's all you really need to test it. No leak. So this one's going to work once we get it all put back together, and that's how we can kind of set up and test if we have a valve leak. Just got to have the whole assembly. So now we're just going to put the rest of this gun back together real quick.